Hello everyone, this is Peak Entertainment and we are back again, and we're now going to talk about Gina Carano and the recent breaking news that she has reportedly been fired from the Mandalorian Star Wars TV show. Now I use the term reportedly because whilst various news outlets have run with the story, there has yet to be an official statement from Lucasfilm, people involved, so obviously the likes of Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, or Gina Carano herself. I've searched a lot on Twitter and Instagram for their official profiles, and there's been no official statement yet as to her position within the show. So when I follow stories like this, which isn't a lot within this channel, I always try to wait from an official quote from the actual source before running with the story, because we are at a stage now, certainly within the entertainment industry, that due to the lack of theatrical releases, a lot of people are very desperate for content, so we get a lot of rumour and speculation in order just to generate internet traffic and clicks and views. So I try to wait until there's some sort of substantial quote before I run with the story. So for anybody who doesn't know, Gina Carano was a one-time UFC female competitor, and now she has been playing the character Cara Dune in the Mandalorian TV show for the last 2 seasons. She's proven to be very popular with fans, and there was also a lot of speculation that she would eventually get the lead role in the recently announced Rangers of the New Republic show, which was part of a huge batch of content that was announced by the likes of Kathleen Kennedy during the Disney Investor Day. And you can also catch my own views on that batch of content that was announced within this channel. I will leave the link within the description as well. So when we focus back on Gina Carano, a lot of this topic and debate really dates back to a string of tweets that she posted online months ago. Now, this began with a lot of supposed fans taking issue with the fact that she wouldn't announce certain pronouns within the bio of her Twitter profile. As you know, when you set up a Twitter account, you can announce yourself as he or her, and a lot of people took issue with the fact that Gina Carano didn't do this, because the actor who plays the Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal, he did define the pronouns within his profile, so a lot of fans were looking for Gina Carano to do the same. So when she didn't do this, a lot of people were accusing her of being transphobic, and there was a lot of back and forth, a lot of focus and scrutiny on Gina. She then replied to this by putting the pronouns, I think it was beep or bop, within her pronouns, and many people took offense to this because they felt that she was mocking the issue and not taking it seriously, and therefore she got accused of being transphobic. There were following tweets after this where she made commentary on the wearing of masks during the COVID-19 pandemic, and she supposedly tied this to the fact of the recent election and Trump being involved as well. So again, people took issue with this. There was another incident, I believe, where she posted a picture of a Nazi salute, and she circled around the one individual who refused to salute as opposed to the others within this picture. And again, she was trying to portray the message of standing up what you believe in, defying against a set establishment. So again, a lot of people took issue to this. Now, those are only a couple of examples. If you follow the story and various trends within her profile, you can find plenty more. I'm not going to go to it in super depth. Those are some of the big examples that has really sparked a lot of online backlash. Now, Gina has very much replied to a lot of the people that have trolled her within social media. Now, this is nothing new. We know a lot that celebrities, and even if non-celebrities in general, if you make certain posts or quotes or tweets, you will more often than not get a lot of people trolling you and hating, making negative comments towards you online. This is nothing new. This is the nature of social media, and this is something that all individuals have to kind of prepare for themselves when they go on any kind of platform, and especially if they're part of a huge television show or a movie. Anything you quote, anything you say, whether it's in an interview or your own opinion, you are going to get a certain amount of troll or hatred. That's just the nature of the business. So this has been going on for a couple of months, and a lot of media influencers or YouTube personalities have rallied to support Gina Carano throughout this, saying that she shouldn't be vilified for speaking her thoughts and opinions which is a fair sentiment. This all came to a forefront when recently she shared the post. Now, I have to be clear, she shared the post. She didn't make a statement. She shared the post, which essentially gave the sentiment that the reason for the Jews being prosecuted by the Nazis was because the government had divided the Jewish people. So basically, the reason why they were persecuted by the Nazis was because they were divided as a people for having their own opinions. Now, that's a very huge statement to make, regardless of your affiliation, where you come from, your own political agenda, or your own status. That's a massive statement to make. Ultimate comparison here was that what's the difference between having a political opinion and being hated for it, as opposed to the Jews being persecuted by the Nazis because their own government hated on them for having an opinion. Now, of course, when this came to fruition, Lucasfilm took exception to this. I believe the Instagram post has been deleted, but a lot of people have screenshotted it. If you go to various Twitter profiles, you'll be able to see the actual Instagram post. Now, once again, I will instigate that Gina did not give her own opinion. She shared these posts. So Lucasfilm apparently took exception to that, and she reportedly has been fired from the show. Now, the obvious reasons for this was abhorrent and social media posts. Now, when we talk about this, I'm going to look at the perspective of Gina Carano as an actor, and the whole issue of an actor or an actress or celebrity, and the potential issues and dangers of engaging on social media. Now, when we talk about an actress and their profile, what we have to understand that in order to really exist within the entertainment industry, you have to understand that the actor or actress is first and foremost a commercial, viable financial asset. Okay, studios hire you because you can add commercial value to their project or their film, and in order to do that, you can boost the potential profit of their movie. So the key to an actor or an actress being successful within the industry, what they have to do first and foremost is to protect their own image, their own brand, in order to prove their viability to a studio, and this will result in them getting employed by them, right? That's the first and foremost biggest priority of any actor or any actress. You are not picked when you are selected for a film role. You are not picked because you are friends with a particular studio or you're particularly liked. Okay, the first and most important reason that you are selected is because you have a commercial viability. You are seen as a financial asset which can help boost the profitability of the movie project that you are selected for. So the onus is on the actor or the actress to make sure that their image, that their brand is as clean as possible, for lack of a better term, to make sure that you have a profile that is very appealing, not controversial, not prohibitive, not provocative, in order for the studio to employ you to be part of their project. So the onus is on the actors themselves to make sure that they maintain their career, and the best way to do this is to uphold their brand, their image. As we all know, we live in a culture now where literally anything you say, any quote, any interview, one allegedly wrong quote or what could be perceived as a wrong quote can lead to you getting fired or damage your brand and damage your image. An actor or an actress is an individual just like anybody else. They are entitled to speak their opinions just like anybody else. You have to remember that in order to maintain your career, what is most important for your career? And I've said this in previous videos when we talked most recently about the Hartley Sawyer issue. Now, just quickly, for anybody who doesn't know, Hartley Sawyer played a character on the Flash CW show called Ralph Digby, and he was brought up for tweets that he made 5 or 10 years ago that were very sexual or particularly very pornographic, and as a result of that, he got taken off the Flash television show. So in this era of cancel culture that we live in, it's very important as an individual or somebody working in the entertainment industry that you make sure that you are very wary of anything you put out on social media. Now, I haven't been as sympathetic to a degree in terms of cancel culture, because whenever you post something as an individual, you have control of what you post online. Nobody else forces you to do it. Okay, this is not like when you have a heated argument and you say something in a heat of the moment, and then you step back 5 minutes later, you get yourself together and you realize that you shouldn't have said something online. When you post something online, there is a process from whatever goes on in your head to when you type something to when you press tweet. And during that process, the responsibility is on you as an individual to take a step back and check and think, right, what am I posting? How is this going to implement me? Is this going to impact me later on in my career, whether it's now or 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from now? The onus is on you as an actor or an actress or a media celebrity. Nobody else, not your agent, not your representative. If you're going to have an active social media profile, the responsibility is on you for everything you tweet, everything you post, whether it's a statement, whether it's a picture, whether it's an image. Anything that you post can be potentially used against you, particularly when you are using the likes of Twitter, which has a very much of a toxicity about it. This is nothing new. When we look at Gina Carano and the fact that she's a very strong, opinionated personality, nothing wrong with that. When you post an opinion, you are leaving yourself out there to be attacked by people online. And for me, when I look at all of the tweets and the posts that Gina submitted online, I think about this and I think to myself, really, she controlled this narrative. Okay, it was her that posted the tweets. Nobody forced her to do this. She was under no obligation whatsoever to post the tweets. She may get a lot of praise, a lot of good comments from other people within social media when she posts these tweets, but what you have to understand is that the people who support you or give you lots of tweets or likes or comments, they are not your friends. They are not Gina's friends. They are not really supporting her in the best way possible in terms of her career. When she makes a post and people support her or retweet what she says, a lot of people do this for their own gain, for their own advantage. They support her tweets so they can get clicks and views on their own platform, right? Not to support Gina Carano. They jump on the trends and the articles and the views in order to boost their own profile, in order to boost their own platform, not to support Gina Carano. They may support you at the time, but as we know is the nature of social media, things can only trend for a certain amount of time. People will only support you if it benefits them. Once you come off the trending, once you are no longer the hot topic for discussion, then people will leave you and jump on to the next topic, right? So as an actor, you have to really be aware of this. And I think a lot of what we're seeing with Gina Carano is that a lot of people are jumping on the trends now, support Gina Carano. We are with you, Gina Carano. We fight with you all of the way, Gina Carano. But once all of this dies down, and it will die down because that is the nature of the entertainment industry, when Gina Carano is out of work and she's looking for scripts, she's looking for roles, the people who are supporting her now won't be there for her. They won't be calling her up and asking her how she's doing, how is she getting on. If they can help her in any way possible, then they do so. They won't be doing that. They would have already jumped on to the next trend, right? So yes, okay, we're seeing a lot of support Gina Carano now and fighting for a cause, but at the end of the day, this will only last for a couple of days, and then everybody will be talking about the Snyder Cut trailer, which comes out in the next couple of days, and they'll be jumping on that trend, and all of a sudden Gina Carano will be forgotten about. Now, whether you agree with that or not, whether you condone that or not, that is the nature of the industry. That is the nature of social media. Whatever trends online has very much of a short term life, right? And this is the big danger for any actor or actress when they engage on social media. Now, a lot of people will be against this idea because they like the idea of actresses or actors putting themselves out there, right? revealing as much as they can possible, and they will very much beat the drum of people being real and being true to themselves and being open and interacting with fans. In an ideal world, a celebrity would be able to interact with fans as much as possible without any repercussions, but that's not the reality. Okay, the reality is that if you leave yourself open to interact with fans, then there are potential repercussions, because not everybody will do it in a supportive way. As I mentioned before, people will use it to their own gain and their own advantage. So if you say one thing out of turn that people don't agree with, they will quickly turn on you, and they will look at every single thing you've tweeted, every single thing that you've quoted, and they will turn that around and they will use that against you to boost their own agenda. Okay, it's not even anything personal. They will use it again to generate views, to generate clicks, and jump on the recent trends for their own gains. So this is something I think Gina really should have been aware of when we had all of this big furore over what she's been tweeting, what she's been posting. She should have been aware of this more. Now, even if it's not her in particular, it's more a case of her agents or representatives. Once they saw the toxic, and I think it was eventually toxic, reactions to her posts, the controversy that was building on it, like I said, this has been going on for months now. So I think what should have happened is eventually somebody, Gina's agent or a representation or somebody from Lucasfilm, should have talked to Gina and said, look, this is getting a bit much now, all of this reaction online. I think you need to step back and just come away of social media. Okay, don't tweet anything, don't post anything for at least 1, 2, 3 months, right? And let the issues die down, right? Now, a lot of people won't disagree with this because, like I said, again, a lot of people prefer actors to be as open as possible so they can generate a lot of content from it, generate a lot of traffic, and get clicks and views for their own platform. But that doesn't benefit the actor. So a lot of the time when Gina is posting all of these opinions online, all of these social posts online, and she's getting a lot of, let's say, praise and compliments from it, it's actually hurting her. I'll go back to it again. It's hurting her brand. It's hurting her image, because what happens is any potential studio that, let's say they have a potential new franchise, an action franchise, right, and they want it to be a female-led project, they may look at Gina Carano and say, hey, look, Gina Carano, she's well known, you know, she can handle herself, so she can do a lot of her own stunts, which will add to the authenticity of our new female franchise. Why don't we hire Gina Carano? And what will happen is they'll start looking at her social media and they'll see all of this back and forth, all of this negativity, all of this toxicity, and they'll say, right, well, we can't hire Gina Carano because if we hire her, it could potentially hurt our own brand, our own image, our own project, and potentially affects the potential profit that we can make, the potential merchandise we can sell, the amount of money we can make will be lessened if we hire this actress for our project. So that hurts Gina Carano, right? Forget about what the fans think online. You have to focus on your own career. What is best for your career? And I'm sorry to say that all of these posts that she's been making online, it hurt her career. It's hurt her career. And look, it's resulted now in her allegedly being fired from The Mandalorian, which is one of the biggest shows around right now. And with all due respect, Gina Carano isn't Scarlett Johansson, okay? She's not going to have hundreds of scripts being thrown at her. Mandalorian was currently the biggest gig for Gina Carano. Okay, she's done a few movies. She did Haywire, if you remember, way back with Steven Soderbergh, and she was part of the Fast and Furious movies. I think she was in Fast 6 or was it Fast 5? I can't remember now. Now those are bit part roles, but for the most part, The Mandalorian has been her biggest role, and she got very good traction and reception from the fans. And as I mentioned, she was rumored to star in the Rangers of the New Republic. So her career was in the ascendancy, right? So the best thing for Gina to do would have been to shut down her social media or not respond to any negative tweets or trolls or posts and let her career progress first, because that is what's most important. Forget about people online. Forget about people who are supporting you or praising you for this political opinion or this tweet or this image. At the end of the day, those people aren't going to help you when you have any kind of downtone in your career. What is first and most important is your own career, your own brand, your own image, and you have to do everything you can to protect that, right? And if that means coming off social media for 5 or 6 or 7 months, then so be it. If that means not portraying or not showing your own opinions, then so be it. Now, if people feel you're being less genuine or you're being PC or you're not being as real, then that's their opinion. But at the end of the day, your career is most important, because these people, they won't be there for her. They won't be there for Gina Carano when things get tough and she's struggling to get roles or not being offered scripts, right? So that's why I feel in this issue that we're talking about here, a lot of it, and I hate to say this and people aren't going to agree with me, a lot of it was really self-inflicted, because when she made the initial, well, not even that, when people were commenting on about her bios and the pronouns, again, a lot of it is nonsensical. It's silly. This is why I don't cover a lot of these Twitter stories. When they commented on that, the best thing for Gina to do would have been just to ignore them. Don't respond to them, don't reply to the tweets, because by ignoring them, you take the power away from them. Because what these people want is reactions, right? They bait you into reacting to their tweets and their statements, because then that gives them more attraction, right? That gives them more attention, which they can use to build their platforms, to get more clicks, more views, more hits, more ad revenue, etc., right? So by ignoring them, you take the power away from them, and you show them that no matter what they say, no matter how idiotic it is, it can't affect you, it can't affect your career. So again, by distancing yourself to a degree from social media, you're safeguarding your career, right? Because nobody can use anything against you, whether it be now, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from now. We've seen this a lot, haven't we? We've seen this so many examples of other celebrities more established than Gina get cancelled or get attacked for something they did or tweeted 2, 3, 5 years ago. So why run the risk, right? Why run the risk of posting and continuously making statements online in order to hurt your career? And as I mentioned before, nobody forced Gina to make this post. Nobody forced her to share this post, this Instagram post, comparing the persecution of Jews to having political opinions. Nobody forced her to do that. Okay, so she made the decision on her own. Now, I don't know if more issues have gone on behind the scenes. Maybe it got to the point where maybe Lucasfilm had a word of her, gave her an ultimatum. She didn't like being given an ultimatum, and she thought, I don't care, I'm going to post this anyway. Again, I don't know. Maybe more will come to light as this issue comes on in the future. But my point is, as an actor, as a celebrity, the responsibility is on you to make sure that you control the content you put out. So I just think Gina, whilst okay, she's very passionate, she's got a lot of strong opinions and views, I just feel it would have been better suited for her to stay off social media and maintain her own brand and her own image, because her career is most important to her, not the praise of other YouTube personalities or people online. So those are what I think on that opinion on here. Now, I may do a separate video. I know it's been a long one here, but I may do a separate video when I talk about the ongoing trends and behaviours of social medias towards celebrities and the trolling and attacking. I may do that in a separate video, but like I said, I don't normally cover these stories because a lot of it is fake outrage just to generate online traffic, because we've got such a lack of content right now. But I guess this is a huge announcement. People are talking about it, everyone online. So I thought I would do a short video. Well, also I thought I would do a video on this, just give my overall thoughts and feelings. But those are my overall thoughts and feelings on this. I just feel that Gina Carano would have been better advised by her agents, by her representatives, to come off social media, regardless of how much people praise her or talk about her. Ignore the trolls, ignore the haters, and I think had she had done that earlier on, then she wouldn't have necessarily been fired from Lucasfilm. But let me know what you think in the comments below. What are your thoughts and opinions on Gina Carano? Do you think she was right to make all the posts? Do you think that she could have handled it a lot better? Do you feel that she should have come off social media a couple of months ago? That would have been better off for her career? Or do you think she's been right in everything she's done, and whether she gets fired or not, the main issue was that she stuck to her guns and stuck to her opinions? What do you think will happen to her career now? What do you think she will go? Do you think any studio will hire her in the future for any other potential movies or any other potential series? What do you think will be the ongoing and fate of Gina Carano? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I may provide more commentary for this as we get more news coming in the long run. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I normally wait until we get more information and official quotes from the sources at hand before making videos. But if you'd like me to provide more commentary on this in the future, then let me know in the comments below. Please also hit those like and subscribe buttons and help me provide more content for you in the future. Videos such as this, if you like these, and I'm more than happy to provide more commentary on these type of issues. But that's it for now. Take care of yourselves, stay at safe distances, and I will see you very, very soon.